Hello, my name's Ben, I'm not so prepared, and welcome to Lanzarote. Today, as requested by a commenter in my last video called The Paranormal Finder, we're in the Ryanair 737-800. This is the Comunitat Valencia livery. Once again, apologies if I absolutely butchered that name. But we're flying up to Manchester today. This is Ryanair flight 2132 with the call sign of Ryanair 53 November. The flight time should be around 4 hours and 5 minutes, I believe. I know, 4 hours and 35 minutes. So it's a bit longer than the average flight time. But we're out here on a remote stand in Lanzarote, and we'll get straight on with programming the computer. So it's been a while since I've flown the NGX, especially on the channel. So we'll grab the weather. Which is 1017 on the QNH, 1017. Temperature is 21 degrees, which is lovely. So, the time is 10:13, that gives us a few minutes to get out of here. The standard departure time for this flight is 10:35, so we'll start programming the FMC. Position initialization, we are at Lanzarote, Golf, Charlie, Romeo. And it won't take the gate, I imagine. We need to actually align the IRSs first, what a noob. So, IRSs to nav, wait for those both to go to align mode. While we're doing that, window heats can go on, packs can stay off, all the bleeds can stay on actually. We'll set our cruise level, which is 320 today. Ryanair's only cost index of 8, which is why we're so low on the cruise level. Batteries can be set, everything else can stay as is, and we can turn these fuel pumps off because we don't need them as of now. We do have some fuel in the middle tank though, so we'll use that as and when we need it. But first we can set the IRSs, so we're going to grab the position from the next page. Route, we do have a company route today because it's quite a long route. Echo Golf Charlie is where we're going to, Manchester, and we'll put that on the company route page. Runway is, we're departing from 03, and the flight number is Ryanair, what was it, 53 November? Yeah, 53 November. Activate, execute. Performance initialization, get the 0 fuel weight. Reserves are 1.5. Cost index is 8. Going up to 320. Transition level here is 6,000. N1 limit. We can derate to climb 1, but we'll keep the initial takeoff thrust as is. Flaps are going to be 5. CG of 5.61, and put the speeds in. 156 is our V2 today, so we'll input that there. While we're up here, we can turn the flight directors on and put the VOR needles up. And there's the Lanzarote VOR tuned already. We can set runway heading for 03, which is 031. And I'll put the course to 031 as well, so that line isn't intersecting anything. Auto brakes can be set to RTO, and we can tune VATSIM's Unicom on 122.8. And set 2000 in the transponder. Righty then, seatbelt signs and the passenger signs and the no smoking signs can go on. We can get rid of the door and the air stairs actually, because we should be done boarding. Unfortunately, because of this scenery, we can't call GSX, so we'll just start. And we've got the default air stairs in the NG, which is quite cool. I can hopefully see those coming up. No, we can't. Okay, so we've got a few minutes to wait now, so I will do just that. And then I'll talk to you when we're a bit closer to the departure time. Okay, the time is 10:29. I'm going to start the APU. I'm also going to turn on the anti-collision light, the logo light can stay off, and as can the wing light. But other than that, we'll turn on the left fuel pump, and the top ones can go back on again. Your damper can come on, and everything else can stay as is for now. We're going to start on stand and just kind of taxi off forwards onto this taxiway here. Or maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we could taxi forwards here and then go back onto Charlie. That would probably be easier. Yeah, that'll be easy. And then all the way to the end, down Romeo 5 to Echo 4, which is the holding point for 03. So, APU's coming online. All the bleeds are on. Starting number 2, my apologies. So now we're going to start number 2. I'm going to look on the lower recast display for 25%, and then we're going to put the fuel in. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the fuel. So let's just look at our stars while we're doing this. Our departure out of here is going to be via runway 03, and it's the Coral 1 Victor, so I'll put that in. If it's not already, departure from 03, Coral 1 Victor. And I'll put the speeds back in. So we'll wait for the click. There it is. We can start number 1 now. Wait for 25%. The Coral 1 Victor has an initial climb of flight level 100, so we can leave that in there as is. Wait for 25%, there's the fuel. And we'll start this clock. This repaint is from Gold Star Textures, by the way, it's on the AvSim forum. And of course I forgot to remove with double checklist thing going on, but that's fine. Whatever, screw it. We've got 3 minutes till departure, so we might be a couple minutes late, but we're alright. So there's that, so we can transfer the energy to the engines, taxi lights, wing light, hydraulic pumps, packs on, APU is off so the APU bleed can be ditched. Apart from that everything's okay. Pitot heat's on and the yaw damper's on. We can take flaps 5. There's 1, there's 2, there's 5, I believe that's 5. Yep, flaps 5. Oh dear. Okay, the auto brake is already set for the RTO. The auto throttle. And apart from that, we are ready to go. So there's the parking brakes release. We'll put a bit of power in and roll forwards. And this is the taxi to runway 03. Landing lights on, turn-ons can stay on, taxi light off, starter switches to continuous, strobe can go on, and we'll ding the cabin. Where is it? There it is. There's the cab. What is the Easy Dock doing? God damn it. Okay, right, here's Romeo 5, which is a taxiway we're on. We're going to hold, well, we're not going to hold, we're going to almost hold Echo 4. So here's Echo 4. I can't see anything on the approach, and that is confirmed by Takeoff. Start the clock. I'm going to roll onto the runway. Oh, I have to press the button to call EasyDock twice, but whatever. Right. Here is runway 03, which is confirmed by the numbers. Okay. Let's keep it rolling. There's about 40% power. Stable. Toga. And the speed's building quickly. There's the power set. Through 80. Crosswind is from the left.
V1. V1.
Rotate.
V2.
Whoa, speedy rotation. Positive right, gear up. And we'll set flap up speed. So it's a right turn out to avoid this bit of a hill. I'll bring up our first stage of flap immediately. There's flaps 2. Bit of a look outside. It's a little bit gusty, as you can see it's a bit turbulent immediate after departure, but that's fine. Nothing too much. There's flaps 1. And we'll maintain flap up speed. There's flaps up. And we'll put the gear off and the auto brake off. Push the nose up a little bit as we go into the clouds. Turn offs can go off. And we can take the starter switches off continuous because we're passing 3,000. Some nice weather. And a nice looking island. Been to Lanzarote in real life, never flown here once in flight sim. Righty then. LNAV, VNAV. Scroll this to 32,000, flight level 320, and altitude intervene spam. There's the autopilot on. So we'll set standard pressure now. There's the trim. And these clouds look beautiful. So there we are, departed Lanzarote. As you can see, there's a little bit of weather off to our right, but that's not really going to bother us at all. So here's a little time lapse, and I'll talk to you a little later on. Right, so we're approaching the arrival. We're 13,000 feet in the air. Been in the air for 4 hours and 26 minutes. Descending down to the ILS at Manchester, which starts at 3,500 feet. And as you can see, I fixed the checklist there on yoke, so you can hopefully you appreciate the fact there's not 2 checklists. But anyway, there's not really much for you to see at the moment, so I'll put the passenger signs on, and I'll speak to you a bit later down into the descent. So, we're a little bit later down, almost at 5,000, so we're going to bring out the first stage of flaps. That's flaps 1, and we'll bug the speed down to flaps 1 speed manually with the speed intervene. We'll just maintain flap up speed for now. We don't want to go too slow, we're not quite on the ILS. We've got about 8 miles to go until the centre fix there. But I think what I might do is just adjust the heading left slightly and go manual heading mode. Bring out a bit of speed brake to slow us down. I might, in a second, bring out manual heading mode, and that'll just give us a nicer cut into the ILS. We'll set standard pressure now. Oh, not standard story. I'm dreadful. I keep saying standard pressure. I don't mean standard pressure. I mean not standard pressure. Unstandard pressure. And I don't really know what to do with my EasyDock camera apart from get rid of the yoke, because I can't, from where it is now, I can't see where I'll be on the localizer. Speaking of localizer, we'll arm it. And we'll go into heading select. Zoom the ND in a little bit so we can see what we're doing. And we'll follow this 10 DME arc around. I think it's a good shout. We'll bug flaps 2 speed now, as we've got flaps 2 out. There's the trim. Hopefully we'll catch the localizer in a second. There it is. The localizer's captured. Well, localizer is alive. Slightly above the glide, but that's okay. We'll arm the approach hold and VS it down a little bit because we don't want to be going too fast. But there's the glide. We'll ding dong the cabin. Someone's calling me on Skype, rip. Put the speed down, a little bit of speed brake out as well, just to make sure we don't overspeed. Take out 2 more notches of flaps. Oh, that was only 1, whatever. Bug the speed down, flaps 5 speed. There's the radio altimeter. Gear down. Take flaps 15. Flaps 10, sorry. Bug the speed down to 160, which will maintain as close to 4 DME as we can. Just good practice, not necessary at this airfield, but good practice nevertheless. There's the VREF speed now that we can see it. There's flaps 25. There's flaps 30. Bug the speed down to VREF now, pretty close to 4 DME. And a VREF plus 5, which gives us 154 knots. And there's flaps full. Take out the autopilot in a second. There's the autopilot, my airplane. As I was saying earlier, I can't see the localizer diamond on my ND, so there's not really much I can do about that. I just have to hide the yoke. And I fly visually, which is fine. Once again, I'm a little bit high on the diamond, but I'd rather be high than low because it's easier to correct by descending than it is ascending. Don't know what's up with this really murky scenery. Orbex England seems to have just killed itself. It's really brown. There's the Pappies. Right on point. Pappies on point.
1,000.
There's 1,000 to go. We're looking pretty stable. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves in the descent, so I'll bring the nose up a little bit. Coming up on minimums now. There's 500. There's the auto throttle is mine. So auto brakes 1, just I forgot to tell you that earlier. Very long runway. And we'll just use idle reverse because we'll just roll all the way down the runway on idle reverse. There's no need to use any brakes or engines really in this smaller plane on this bigger runway. There's minimums. We're going to be landing. A little bit high, but again, doesn't matter. Long runway.
100.
And I'll shut up now.
50. 30. 20.
Bit of a big flare. Oh, come on, don't balloon. The NG flares. You have to flare it such a tiny amount. And we're down. There's the spoilers, and there's the reverses. Reverses green. Decel. There's 80 knots. There's 60. And here come the auto brakes, manual braking, and the reverses are coming out. We left them both in a bit long, but it doesn't really matter because they were very low. Anyway, 4 hours and 40 minutes. Actually then, you don't want to see the taxi because it's going to be ages because I went all the way down the runway. So I'll skip, and I'll talk to you when we're on stand. Alright, we'll come to a stop here. Disarm the auto brakes. Landing lights off, taxi lights on. Starter switches to off, and strobes off. TCAS can go off as well. And we will taxi. See you in a bit. So there we have it. Thank you very much for watching. That was Ryanair 53 November from Lanzarote up to Manchester. Thank you very much for the guy who suggested that in the comments. I think his name was the Paranormal Finder. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye! Okay, so here we are approaching the runway now. We're 2 minutes late, but, you know, Ryanair. I'm joking. Right, I'm not joking.